Real Estate Ryan here with the Stawasz Group, and we are here for our Business Spotlight series. I'm excited to introduce you guys to Trevor, one of the owners of Evil Genius, and we are on the 1700 block of Front Street. Trevor, thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming out. Glad to have you guys here.
I'm excited, and I'm even more excited to be trying one of your, is this a new beer, or have you had this in the lineup for a while?
I've had that one up for a while now. This is probably the 5th year we've made that one, but it's a very popular summer one for us.
Well, yeah, we are inside of their location on Front Street in Fishtown, and we're gonna get to know Trevor and his business a little bit more and hear about their 10-year history, which you mentioned your anniversary is coming up in September.
Yeah.
Was your family in the beer business, or how did you get this idea? Where did it all start?
We're in the beer drinking business, not the beer business though. So I'm originally from Dublin, Ireland, and I moved here in 2008 to go to grad school at Villanova.
Okay.
To get my MBA, and that's where I met my business partner. But within a couple of weeks of me starting the program, Lehman Brothers failed. The economy was kind of in a free fall, and it made me and Luke, my business partner, pretty nervous about our job prospects. So we ended up becoming really good friends and decided to team up in business as well to start something for ourselves. We'd both been homebrewers for a few years, so we kind of melded our passion for wanting to start a business with our love of beer and craft beer.
No shit. All right, so you guys started off just testing beers out at home and brewing them on your own, and then kind of started to take it mainstream after that.
That's it. We actually do what's called contract brewing. It's like co-packing.
Okay.
So we use another facility to make our beer based on our recipes, our ingredients, etc. And so we launched in 2011, a couple years after we kind of came up with this whole idea, with a brewery out in actually South Bend, Indiana. And we've jumped around a few times over the past few years. We were brewing up in upstate New York, then in Connecticut, and now we actually brew in Pennsylvania, near Scranton, in Pittston, Pennsylvania.
Pittston?
Yeah.
No way. Okay. And how many beers did you start out with?
We started with one, and it was a golden ale. And then about 3 months later, we started making an IPA. And we realized that the IPA was selling so much faster than the other one that the first one wasn't really as good as, not that the beer wasn't good, people just didn't really want it. So we try to make beers that people want to drink. So we actually discontinued that one and started focusing on the IPA, and then started adding other ones to the lineup thereafter.
Do you think that's because there was more competition or in the, what was it,
it was a golden ale.
Golden ale, and less competition in the IPA
Probably
realm,
not.
or?
I just think people wanted more IPAs.
Okay.
It's a hugely
There's
popular
way more
style.
demand for.
Exactly.
Very cool, very cool. So 2011, you open shop, and at that point you're just in you're in grocery stores or bottle shops or beer distributors.
Mostly in beer distributors and restaurants.
Okay.
And grocery is more challenging because you have to kind of get approvals from people to get in there.
Yep. By the buyers, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So we actually, my business partner emailed the guy at Wegmans every week for 6 months, and eventually gave us a meeting. So
nice.
That's how we ended up in Wegmans.
So we call persistency right there. I love that.
Yeah.
Very cool. So when did you hit Wegmans?
I think that was 2012.
That was 2012?
Yeah.
Very cool. And then at that time you didn't have this location, so why open a retail location if you're mostly selling in stores?
We wanted a place where people could visit us and learn more about us, and to experiment with other beers. We call this place the lab because it is our opportunity to try out new things, and for our customers and guests to try out those new things as well. So we get to do all sorts of weird and wonderful things here that we might not be able to do in the general marketplace.
I see. So it's so you can not make as much of it, test it out here, and then bring it to the bigger market.
That's exactly it.
That's smart. That's smart business.
Yep.
Makes sense. So when did you guys purchase this place?
So we bought this building in 2015 and then spent about 18 months renovating it. Like where we're sitting right now actually had scaffolding holding up the ceiling.
Nice.
And so it's a pretty old building. I think it dates back to the 1870s. It's been a lot of things over the years.
Wow.
Including, I heard rumors from 2 different people, so I'm believing it to be true, that they used to throw raves in here in the 90s.
I believe it.
But yeah, so it's been a lot of fun developing this place, and people seem to have a really big affection for it. It's a big open space, very comfortable and easy to have a few beers in.
Yeah, so you're making beer here that you cannot get anywhere else, correct?
absolutely correct, yep.
Talk to me about your inspiration and your style. I mean, you've got these awesome cans, really cool names, and you got to see this place to really experience the atmosphere. But where did that inspiration come from?
Honestly, I mean, we kind of have a few different mantras, but like one of them is very silly names for very serious beers. So you'll see a lot of our names are like throwbacks to movies, songs, as well as right now we also do things that are more general popular culture. So at the beginning of the pandemic, we actually did a beer called Felt Cute, Might Feed My Husband to a Tiger Later, I don't know, which was obviously a reference to Tiger King.
Yep.
And people went pretty nuts about that one. We got a lot of good feedback. We try to not take ourselves too seriously because it's just beer.
Yep.
We try to make the best beer we possibly can, but at the end of the day, it's just a product that we want you to enjoy and have fun with.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. It fits perfectly with the neighborhood, with beer. So I can certainly relate. And as far as the product goes that you sell here, how many beers do you guys rotate throughout the year, and then how many staples do you have that are always available?
So we have 4 beers that are all year round that you can get at any time, and those are #Adulting, which is the Guava IPA, Stacy's Mom, the Citra IPA, Purple Monkey Dishwasher, the Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter, and now the new one, which I'm drinking, is There's No Crying in Baseball, which is a Mango IPA. And then here at the lab, we make, as I said, we tap a new beer almost every week, so there's a lot of beers that flow through here, but you can only get most of those here. In general, at your local beer distributor or restaurant, we do around 16 total beers per year that rotate through.
16 per year. Yeah. Nice. All right, so that's a pretty good variety then.
Try to have something for everyone, and different times of the year, different beers are what we would offer. So in the summertime, a pineapple Hefeweizen is very popular, but wouldn't be so much so in the wintertime, which is when we do like stouts and porters and things like that.
Gotcha, so you guys just brought this back for the summer.
We sure did.
Any others that are coming back for the warmer weather?
Yeah, we do a raspberry shandy called You're Killing Me Smalls.
Nice.
So that comes back next month, and also a watermelon ale called #ICan'tEven.
Yeah, I've had that one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. So there's
sweet.
We try to mix in some new ones each year, as well as bringing back old favorites too.
Nice. When can we expect those? When do you normally bring those back? In June or?
Yeah, so ICan'Even will be back in June, and actually You're Killing Me Smalls at the same time as well.
What would you attribute to the success over the years? And clearly you guys have been growing each year, and here you are in year 10 and still thriving. So.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of comes down to, as I kind of mentioned already, is we try not to take ourselves too seriously, and I think people appreciate that. And one of the things we always say about ourselves is that we don't just sell beer, we're selling nostalgia.
Yeah.
So we want you to pick up that can of beer of Isle of Lamp and be reminded of the movie. And while you're doing that, then you're creating a new memory while you're drinking that beer and having a good time with your friends. So that's kind of what we try to, infuse into every part of what we do here as well.
They're thinking outside of the box, really. I mean, I can't think of too many places that offer this type of experience or product.
Yeah.
It seems like it's working for you guys, so kudos to you.
Thank you.
What is one thing that you would say to someone that's looking to start in business, whether it's, open up their beer shop or real estate or, whatever the case may be? What advice would you give them?
I think the biggest piece of advice I would say is that if you're passionate about your product or service, that's what you need to be successful. If you're not, then you probably won't be successful.
Won't succeed, yeah.
You kind of have to have that drive and passion and ability to keep going even when you get knocked down, because you're going to get knocked down lots of times. We certainly have been over the years, but you just have to keep going.
Pick
yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back on that horse,
Very cool, very cool. Well, as far as, where people can find you, and I know that most businesses are always hiring, so where's the best place to see what positions are available and where to find you guys?
You can find us at evilgeniusbeer.com. That's where you'll find what jobs we're hiring for at the moment. Okay. And on all social media platforms, we got a presence there too.
Sweet. Well, I think that is a wrap, everyone. Trevor, cheers to you.
Cheers.
On 10 years
Thank you.
In business, super exciting. And that's our Business Spotlight series. We are wrapping up at Evil Genius. Stay tuned for our next one, and thanks for joining us, guys. Take care.